Right, everyone. Now, this is a very different video, but I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. Now, I'm sitting in my new X3, driving electric, and I'm loving it. And I came up with this idea that I was going to compare cars to motorbikes. Now, I know it sounds ridiculous, but there's something to be said about it. I like cars, but I love motorbikes, and I have a car that I don't want to sell ever. I don't ever want to sell it. I bet you guessed what car it is. It's a BMW Z1. Now, you might not know a lot about Z1s. I'm not going to say the B letter because the car answers me every time. I'll just let you hear. BMW. There you go. Already annoying me. Yeah, you don't have to, love. It's all right. I don't need any help at all. Just go away. Right, traffic light. I was going to break them and then I decided not to. So anyway, the video I'd like to do is comparing, let's just say, my BMW R nineT, which is sort of a cruiser bike. Okay, well, we can't say the word BM, you know what I mean. So we'll just call it BM. And yeah, it's a cruiser bike. It's a cafe racer, but it gives me a lot of joy. It's not the most exciting bike, not like my adrenaline GSX-R 1000, or likewise, or even my Kawasaki ZX-7 or. It's not as exciting as that. But I'd like to compare a bike and a car because I can't sell either my R nineT and I can't sell my BMW. So I've got to love both of them in some way or other, don't I? I know they're annoying. They're in the way. I've too much stuff and I keep on complaining and so on and so on. But there's nothing like getting into the Z1 and cruising along. Now, I was watching a video yesterday and it was done about 2 months ago. I don't want to say who did it, but there were two blokes on the TV, on video, on YouTube. And one was fairly young. He didn't seem to, he'd never seen a Z1. He'd only seen pictures of a Z1. And he was saying he doesn't see the difference between that. He would prefer an E30 BMW. Oh, there we go again. But I, you know, absolutely hasn't got a clue about the car or the reason for the car's being. Oh, darling, would you ever shut up? I'll have to turn that off somewhere or other because I'm going to be using that word BM quite a lot because we're talking about the BM R nineT or the new X3, by the way. I'm sitting in it now. That's annoying as well. Yeah, you have the speed limiter bleeping at you and you have to turn it off every time. But okay, hit the set button. BMW did that quite nicely. You just have to hit the set button and it's gone. Hit and hold the set button, basically. So anyway, I'm all over the place today because I'm only going down to get a new shower unit for my shower because, well, it's actually the Schlauch. It's actually the, oh, Jesus, my English is just gone. This thing here, this, I didn't want to hold it up because I know there's water in it. There you go. And I have to get, I broke it anyway. It doesn't matter. I broke it, and they're supposed to break after a few years, so you know, you're forced to buy a new one every so often. So I'm rushed for time because I'm just going to the hardware store, and I'm just going to run in and get it, grab it, and then my wife told me to go to Aldi to get something there, and I've forgotten actually what she wants. And then I have to drive her to the airport, so at 11, and it's 10:05 now, so I'm pushing things a little bit today because you don't want to be late for your wife. You can definitely be late for everything else, but you can't drive a woman to the airport late. Yeah, you will suffer for a long time. So anyway, what did I tell you? Will I start on the new X3? I'm absolutely delighted with it. I have 84 kilometers range, and I drove to the airport and back electric yesterday, and I didn't need to. I started off with about 90, didn't I? Yep, about 90 range, and I can get up to 100 kilometers range on electric on this car. I never thought I'd say it, but this is an amazing car. And I also want to do another thing. People are buying a lot of Chinese cars, and I call the Chinese junk because I'm probably stupid. But I have only experienced Chinese junk, and now I'm supposed to go and buy a car from China, and everyone is saying, oh, they're amazing, they're amazing. I don't believe that a BYD is an amazing car. And I can tell you why. Because Chinese have only been making cars for 10 years. BMW have been doing it for 100 years. And they know where quality has to be, and they know where they can save, like this sort of thing, which is visual. You can see that BMW have saved on this sort of stuff here. But that doesn't matter. It works. It functions. It looks actually nice from design. And yeah. Off she goes again. But I know they don't save on engine parts or bearings or seals. That's where Peugeot save. And that's why they always have broken down engines. Because their bearings are shit and their seals are shit. And they would prefer to save 2 cents on a seal and let you have oil in your gearbox from your engine than give you a good car. So we're not going to park beside her with all, is that wood she's putting in to her car? Come on, dear, come on. Yeah, that's it. Good man. Yeah, we're going to park a little bit away so people don't smack me. This'll be good. I don't mind walking the 10 meters and have peace of mind that nobody's going to hit my new car. Right, how do you do this? You stop and park. Right, that's it. Lovely steering wheel on this as well. And it's very comfortable. It has that electronic suspension, adaptive suspension, which is fantastic. It really is. This car is so much better than the last one I had, the last X3, which was a 3-litre. Went well, but it didn't go as well as this, and this is hybrid. And I can get around about 700 kilometers or 800 kilometers with petrol combined with electricity. It looks nice. I thought we'd get annoyed all about all these buttons here, and I'd have to. But I've had the car for a couple of weeks now, and I know where everything is. I don't need all those fancy buttons anymore. At the beginning, I was a little bit searching for a button or two, you know, for the heating and that sort of thing. But all you have to do is press that little fan button, and you can adjust everything that you want. You can adjust everything on this car anyway, even the inside lighting and everything like that. I'll actually show you around. And it's the first time I'm actually loving driving a modern car again. And I've had a few. So that's saying something. I like the design, I like the feel of it, I like the silence of it, I like the acceleration, and it's a joy to drive. The steering's lovely, the brakes are fantastic, the ride is just incredible. It really is lovely, lovely, bubbly. So anyway, folks, I'm going to go in and get me my shower unit, and I'll take down my cameras and put them back up again for you when I get back and have a little chat to you, because the actual video that I want to do is I want to do a video on car versus motorcycle. And would I be happy just having a car like my Z1, or do I have to have all those motorbikes? I'll answer that question in the video. It's actually fairly obvious, but I'd like to just say, if I didn't have my motorcycles, I'd have to have the Z1. So I can't sell the Z1 ever, because if I can't ride a motorcycle anymore, I might be able to drive the Z1. And as long as I can get in and out of it, well, what more do you want? Once you're in, you can drive. As long as you can see and hear and coordinate yourself on the road, you're good to go. So anyway, folks, I'm going to get this here, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, everyone, I am back, and I was successful. Exactly the same unit, but this feels lighter, a lot lighter than this. So this is probably shit, Chinese shit. And this here is the new Browserschlauch, 1.25 meters. I didn't want it too long. So everyone, yeah, where were we? Yeah, my new video. I definitely want to compare a motorcycle and a car. And not a normal car, not an Opel Corsa. I want to, it has to be a nice car. I'm going to use my Z1 BMW. It's so nice, nobody lets you out in this country. They just sort of walk in front of you, and there you go, mate. And sort of push their way out everywhere. Oh, I have to go to Aldi, and I don't know what to get. I think it was, oh my goodness, I better ring her. I'll ring her in a minute. So I don't want to go to Aldi, but I have to go to Aldi. Anyway, folks, I want to do a video on the Z1 BMW anyway, because I think it's a very important car. I think it's a car that's worthwhile doing a video on. I wouldn't do a video on this unless I was going to explain something that I thought might be important to everyone. And but I think you can figure out these modern cars yourself, and if you don't know what you have and you don't try it out, well, then you don't need it. That's basically it, isn't it? So I'm going to go to Aldi, and I think I'll leave my camera on the window. Let's put the car in a safe place again, because there are all these old folk driving around. Nothing against old folk in cars, it's just they can be dangerous. So I'm very sorry. I'm going to have to knock you off again, and I'll see you in a bit. Right then, we're back. We've done Aldi, and yeah, I think I might make it home. It's now 11 o'clock. I have to drive my wife to the airport, and she's probably getting very nervous because I'm supposed to be home at 11. But what can you do? How are you doing, mate? Thanks very much. Rightio. We have made it. I'll be home in about 10 minutes. And I'm going to take you a different route, just to make things a little bit more interesting, eh? And yeah, back to what I was talking about. I haven't done a video for a long time, so this is basically just an update on what's going on. I'm going to have to sell it as a motorbike, sort of a vlog thing. But the video I'm going to be doing, on the description on the car and the bike, which is better. I haven't done it yet. I will be doing it. I'm going to do it on the Z1. I'm going to have a nice day, and then the next day I'm going to go out on the bike and tell you what I think. And I'm going to just see which one I enjoy more, basically, because I do enjoy driving the Z1. It's a lovely car, and it raises eyebrows everywhere you go, especially with the doors that go up and down. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now and don't miss that video. And now I've done another video which I'm having problems synchronizing together. It was all one video, and because it was over half an hour, the DJI splits it up into two like GoPro does, and I think that's really annoying, because then you have if you have more cameras, you have to synchronize two together, two cameras with the first piece and two cameras with the second piece, and there'll be something missing because they won't both switch off at the same time. And I haven't got around. If anyone knows how to help me there, because there's a mess in the middle somewhere. You can't synchronize like 4 pieces of one video and then 4 pieces of another video taken with a different camera. You can't synchronize those together. I need more space on my computer to do it. That's what it says. But I'm using a Apple Mac, a laptop, which is a Mac Pro, and it should be fast enough with an A1 chip in it to do that. If you know anything about that, let me know. That'd be great. I'm sure some of you are wizards out there. Oh, let's have a little smoke before I get home, because it only annoys everyone when I get home. They say it's all sort of a sweet taste in the... Oh, that looks like an Opel GT, doesn't it, from the side? very much like an Opel GT. And there's another interesting car. I saw a concept of the Z1 BMW, which was built in 1987 and came out in 1989 to 1991. And mine is a registered 94 because it wasn't registered straight away. Someone bought it and sold it expensive. Well, they bought it expensive because it was something like 87,000 Deutschmarks, which is 44,000 euros, which is a lot of money in those days. You could get a 7 Series for that. And I want to tell you lots about the Z1, because I think that car should be built again as a modern roadster. I was telling you about a YouTube video that I was watching there the other day, and the bloke said, yeah, it's not powerful enough. Well, he just didn't understand the car. He didn't understand what a roadster is. I mean, if he wants a more powerful sports car, well, go and buy a Porsche, or go and buy a Ferrari or a Maserati or something like that, or an M3 BMW, if that'll do you. But you won't get the same sensation as you will as in a Z1. Very low, very direct steering, like a go-kart drive in it. It's a wonderful car. It really is a lovely car. And it has a 2.5 170 brake horsepower engine. I'll be telling you all about that when we do the video. But one interesting thing I do want to tell you about is BMW chose the engines that they were going to use for the Z1. And they chose the more powerful ones. So the E30 had around about 170 brake horsepower. And because they didn't test them those days, because they already had tested the E30 engine as being 170 brake horsepower or in and around that, they range from 167 to 175 brake horsepower, because every engine is a little different, isn't it? And they used the more powerful engines in the Z1 BMW. Bet you didn't know that. And then another thing I bet you didn't know about the Z1 BMW was it started getting bits and pieces of the E36, which came after the the E31 came out, but the E36 as a 3 Series came after the E30 many years later, and they used brakes and oh, shut up. And part of the rear axle and part of the aluminium front axle on the from the E36 on the BMW Z1. Bet you didn't know that. The last, I think, 300 cars, let me know if I'm wrong, 300 out of 8,000. And by the way, people say there were 8,000 Z1s built. There weren't. It was supposed to. Yes, they were. They were built but not sold. And many of them went to Alpina, and they got a new bore, 2.7 bore, bringing them up to close to 200 brake horsepower. And some fancy bits and some horrible pale leathers in them, and they were sold for lots of money. But they were never sold as the regular Z1s. So anyway, folks, I'll see you later. Oh, sorry I had to knock you off there so abruptly. I'm now at Frankfurt Airport. I have just dropped the missus, and I am going to be doing a little bit of a motorway stint. I can get out my smoker now as well. And let's get going. I'm in electric. There we go. Oh, so many people here, so many cars. What's the world coming to? Talking about the world at the moment, there is so much going on in America with that president. I don't know what to say, don't know where to start. I think the FIFA are going to lose billions because they promised that Europe would come and it would be something like 70 times as big as the Super Bowl, which it will not. People are going to Canada, they are going to Mexico, but people just don't want to go to America. I do like America, but I didn't know. For God Almighty, this thing is broken. Bloody hell, that was stressful. Sorry about that. There's all these little islands around the place and you can't see them. And I didn't see the red X on the that the checkout there was broken. So we're on our way. Now I lost totally where I was. Yeah, America. A bit of a mess of a place, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't go to America at the moment. Not with the ICE and with Donald Trump and the corruption and the money making. I wouldn't go on a holiday there. And I'm not just boycotting it because of Donald Trump. I'm just saying that it just doesn't appeal to me at all. And if the Americans don't get their act up and fix the place, and they have a lot to do to fix up their politics, to get the corruption out, and that's going to take a long time. And until then, I have no interest in America. I'll still drink a Sprite made by the Coca-Cola factory. But I wouldn't go out of my way to support America at all at the moment. Would I go to the World Cup at $1,000 a ticket? Just trying to tell him he has his indicator on the whole time. So, no, Americans they have to do their own thing. I'm not going to say too much about it because it gets me very annoyed, very upset, because that war in Iran was just definitely, it shouldn't have happened. So many women and children and innocent people dying, getting bombed for no reason other than DJT is trying to cover up something, whatever that might be. And yeah, let's get on to a different topic, because it does really, really annoy me. And the war in Ukraine and the other Russian and the oligarchs, that's basically the same corrupt decision. They want the money and oil and resources, and who pays for it? The people of the countries. I don't think the Russians want the war. They were told it'd be over in 3 days. It's been 4 years. Unbelievable. And the innocent people in Ukraine getting bombed in Kiev every night. Soldiers leaving their lives on the fields. Absolutely atrocious. No need for that in 2026. We should be smarter than that, honestly. I think armies and guns and bullets should be banned altogether. It should be totally illegal for any country to have arms. Because if we don't have arms and they don't have arms, well, we can only fight with our fists. That's not going to work. And if we do, I think you should go to prison for it. And then we don't have any more wars. Make love, not war. That's the way I see it. But anyway, back to the channel. Oh, I'd like to thank everyone who supported me when I was in hospital. All except one, my brother. I don't want to thank him. An a-hole. That's what he is. Himself and his lovely wife. Both of them a-holes. So I'm done with them. No regrets either. Don't care about them. I've left them behind me. And I'm not going back. So I just wanted to send this message, and I've done it in my other video as well. You need not come to my funeral, and I'll not go to yours either. There we go. Yeah, it's terrible. And it's probably something to do with my mother. And the way he treats her. Like he treats me. It's no way to treat your family. Yeah. And that awful wife of his. Oh my God, we had to put up with her for so many years. An absolute tinker. An uneducated tinker of a woman. A knacker. That's what I feel about her. So anyway, I hope you're all looking forward to the videos that are coming up this summer. And if you haven't yet, I'll say it again. It does actually help an awful lot to get your videos promoted. I'm sitting here talking to you, and it's free. And I've just got new cameras, new microphones, all that jizz for you. So, if you like my videos, give me a little bit of a like, a subscribe. Well, look, probably only around about 2 or 3% of everybody who watches the videos subscribe. And it's not an issue to subscribe, it's only hitting a button. It's not costing any money, it's not inconvenient in any way, but if you like my videos, do subscribe. Subscribe and like and help me out. I'm heading for 600 subscribers now. I want to reach 1,000 by the end of the year, and by the end of the next year I want to reach probably about 5,000 or 6,000, maybe 10,000. So there's a lot of videos to come, a lot of bikes. I'm going to be doing some wheeling and dealing with a lot of bikes, and I'm selling 2 at the moment. I'm selling if you're interested, it was up on eBay, so I can't give you the link because I don't think it's on eBay anymore, excuse me. I'm going to be putting it up. I have my GSX 750F for sale with new MOT, new tires. It's a nice bike. It runs very well. It starts on the button. It takes a little bit time to get warm on the choke, and then you knock off the choke, and then it runs like a dream, and it's got plenty of power. 100 brake horsepower and 98 I think, 100 PS. And I'm also selling my Yamaha XJ600, fully restored from A to Z. The GSX has carbs have been completely redone, brakes are all redone, tires are on, rubbers and seals are all perfect, there's no rattles, everything's been checked, the valves have been checked, full service has been done, and all I want is 1,500 quid really. So if you're in the market, or if you want to come over and ride a bike, have a bike over here for £1,500, give me a buzz or let me know. I have a very clean, low mileage, under 20,000 kilometers. I think there's 19,000 kilometers on the GSX 750F, and you can have that for 1,500 quid. So if you're interested in coming over and using a bike over here and bringing it back to England or something like that, or to Holland, then give us a shout. And I have a fully restored Yamaha XJ600. That's the 51J model, not the diversion model. So it's, I think it's 86. So it'd be 40 years old, and it's fully restored, engine and everything. Now, I bought it as a non-runner, and I put a lot of money and time into it. I had it up on my ramp for about 2 years, and I did bits and pieces on it until basically I turned around and said, I have to finish this now. And I had everything painted. I've new fairings. I've new fairings for my ZX7. Complete new China fairings. And they look very nice. They might be a bit thin, so I'm going to have to rubber mount them all properly, that all the screws are in, or else you get a bit of flapping going on here and there. But other than that, it looks very nice. Beautiful design on it, very traditional, and I'll show you that as well in the next video. So what's new as well? I'm going to take a couple of test drives out as well. I want to ride some Ducatis. I'd like to ride the Desert X, and I'd also like to ride a V4S and a Diavel. So if you're interested in that, hang along in with me and let me know what you're interested in, because I have access to all BMWs, and I have access to Hondas and to Ducatis and Yamaha. So I can basically ride. Thank you very much, love. I can basically ride any of the major bikes. I'd like to have a little go on a couple of Royal Enfields as well. I had a spin on a Royal Enfield Himalayan, the new version, in Montenegro, and I went up and down the mountains on that. That was nice. But other than that, I still have the ZX7 Kawasaki in Kermity Green on the workshop bench, and I'm still restoring parts on that. I have to do the brakes now. I have to get the suspension all set up, front forks and rear spring. So I'm going to do that myself, and I'm looking at springs at the moment for it. But I'm not too sure if I'll just put in the original spring. I got a new one off eBay which is very, very clean, and that could go back in just to, you know, get the bike set up and running, and then I can just see what parts I need to change after doing a bit of a ride out on it. That might be the way to go instead of just spending money, because I've restored probably around about 10 or 15 bikes now in the last 3 years. I've put huge money into them, and you know, people don't give you that money back when they go and buy it. I mean, there was a fella on eBay and he said, oh, you'd be lucky if you get a couple of €100 for that. Well, you know, I bought new quality Michelin tires for it, with the brakes, the new brakes, the mileage on it, only 20,000, 19 to be exact, and all the work that I put into it, you know, into the brakes, into getting the engine running, into cleaning the carbs, into getting carb kits, and you know, just greasing up everything, doing the forks, cleaning up everything on the bike from A to Z, and then going through everything that you have to replace, just little bits and bobs all over the place. And then somebody turns around and said it's worth a couple of £100. You know, just to get the MOT on it and get the tires, I got modern tires put on it, and I had to get them listed on the MOT. So they had to do all sorts of other stuff, which costs money, you know, a couple of €100 here and a couple of €100 there. And I believe at the end of the day, you're getting a really good bike, not just a piece of junk. You know, something with 20,000 kilometers on it, and you know, all headstock bearings done, brakes done, tires done, MOT done, and everything tried and tested. That's a bike you could actually drive for another 20 years. No rust on it, no bad body panels on it. It looks clean enough. I have restored the tank on it. I had to put a sealant in the tank after clearing out the rust. And I've done all that. You know, it's all done, ready to go. So I reckon anyone who is looking for a good, healthy bike for small money cannot go wrong with the GSX F750. So folks, we are now at home, and that was a nice little relaxing drive, having a nice little chat to you. I hope you went along with the entire video and made it to this with all my waffling on. But now you know where things are placed. I'm back out of hospital and my operation was good. I'm recovering and I should be back to work by definitely sort of the 7th, 8th, 9th of June. I'm sick until the 7th and I'm just going to check it out. If I'm still hurting, I'm going to stay at home. So operations went well and it looks like I'm going to live a little bit longer. And thanks a lot for being with me. Thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't, do it now. And we'll see you soon in the next video. I actually have the next video lined up. I was saying at some stage that I have already started on the editing of the last video, and I'm having a couple of issues aligning and synchronizing the videos. I don't know why, but I've had this issue for a little while. My issues with audio have solved themselves. I'm now using these little wireless mics and they're fantastic. I have a bigger one as well, and I have this little box, this DJI box to go with it. There's another mic in here, so even if I pull that out, I don't know what sound it would make, but I think, yes, it's actually on. It switched itself on. So can you hear me in this one too? Can you hear me in that one? And you can put that anywhere on the bike, near the exhaust or whatever, you know. I'm going to be doing all that, and I'm going to be doing that video comparing my Z1 to my BMW R nineT, and I'll let you know which one I prefer. I think I prefer both at the same time, but let's just wait up and see. I'm going out on a nice day on the Z1. I'm going to do some lovely videos. I'm going to have some nice drone footage as well to go on with that, and some 360 footage as well, because I have a 360 camera as well. And then I'm going to go out and do all the same thing on the bike and let you know how I feel. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye to you at the end of this video, and thanks for being with me. There's a fellow who always says, nice to see you, but you can't really say that because I can't see you. You can only see me. But it is something you'd want to say, or you'd think you'd have to say, but nice of you to subscribe. Let's put it that way. And we say bye-bye, thanks, see you on the next one. We're out. Stop recording.